In 1947, brothers Elroy and Al Troyer purchased a farm in Vandalia, Michigan, which included a double-storied chicken coop. That chicken coop would turn out to be a lifelong asset. In 1948, after realizing the family farm couldn't produce enough work for the both of them, Elroy approached Doc Pringle about purchasing a few chickens. With only the bed of his truck to transport, Elroy diligently began to develop relationships with the local community, and Troyer Poultry was born. Business continued to expand, and by 1958, Elroy realized people needed more than just chicken delivered to them. It didn't take people long to start asking why the company kept the name Troyer Poultry when they sold so much more. Troyer Poultry became Troyer Foods. The success of Troyer Foods has come from family support, hard work, quality employees, and dedication to good service. Eventually, the Troyer brothers decided it was time to sell the business. An ad for an accounting position was put in the paper. 3 candidates later, Paris Ball Miller became part of the company.
The product, I always guaranteed the product. If the product's no good, it's mine. When you got perishable foods like chicken or fish, you either sell it or smell it. Very gratifying to be able to grow from nothing.
Growing up in poverty and staying fed by the kindness of neighbors and the church community, Paris Ball Miller had a strong motivation for success, and it only made sense to buy a food company. The path getting there wasn't quite as clear. Ball Miller overcame losing his mother at the age of 14, shuffling in and out of foster homes, to become a college graduate. After graduation, he found himself often switching jobs. 4 places of employment later, Ball Miller spotted an ad in the local newspaper for a position with Troyer Foods. Knowing of the company and of the family's good reputation, Paris applied, hoping for the opportunity to eventually run the company. The Troyers must have seen his potential, because 5 years later, Ball Miller was indeed the general manager of Troyer Foods. Paris admits there were some turbulent years for the company. However, this gave Ball Miller an appreciation for what it was like to be a locally owned company. This appreciation lent itself to what Paris refers to as his dream, owning Troyer Foods. His biggest hurdle wasn't convincing the bank to invest in him. It was gathering the courage to tell his wife he wanted them to buy the company. When she asked how they were going to pay back the millions of dollars, Paris jokingly replied, "If we can't pay back the first million, does it matter how many more are after that?" Paris and Becky haven't forgotten where they started from, or the community that helped them accomplish all they have today. One of their greatest joys is watching the people who work with them rise to the challenges they're faced with, and seeing them participate in the success of the company. Paris says that succeeding is much more fun when it's all about us, instead of all about one. They declare it's a shallow victory without that.
The thing I think that our customers come to us rather than some of our competitors is really goes back to the quality issue. Troyer's always has been, and I think they always will be, a quality-driven company. They want to put out top quality products, and also how we deliver those products.
The majority of our customers are small mom and pop stores, and those are the people that kept Troyer's going for years. And you have customers like that, it makes you feel good to know that those people see you as a regular service and trust you.
Hi, this is Sharon with Troyer's. I think our customers see us as somebody who's not going to sit back and take a second seat, that they are going to be able to grow with us. Through the 60 years, Troyer's has grown and grown, even in the deli lines, the bakery lines, the lunch meat lines with the different brand names, plus bringing on our own private label. That's something that's exciting to a lot of the independent stores, because then they have something that other stores can't offer.
Well, I think it's the dependability. We have salesmen out on the road. We're in to see them all the time. We do ads with them. If there's any special needs that they have, if we don't stock it or carry it here, we can get it for them. And I think they respect that.
You build a relationship with a customer on a personal basis and a professional basis. You make sure that they're taken care of when you're in there. You're the last person the customer sees as the product's coming in the door. So you make sure that they know it's a professional level as you come in, but you can also talk to them like they're your neighbor.
We want to enjoy what we do, and we want, as much as possible, we want people that work with us to enjoy what they do also, and because life's too short to not be happy what you're doing or to be happy with the people you work with.
Quite honestly, the first few years you own a business, you're just figuring out how to make things right, how to do the things right. And then you begin to think about, let's also do all the right things. And so we really began to look at mission and values. Paris just kind of dropped the line that, well, we want to be a company of destination. And we all kind of leapt on it. And we're like, that's a great tagline. And so that's a line we use a lot because we really think it embodies who we want to be. We want to be a company of destination because we want to be a place where customers want to do business with us, vendors want to do business with us, employees want to come to work here, and we want to make a difference in the community.
I think one of the major issues that people face, that companies face, is that as you grow, to be able to keep the culture, the niche, the philosophies that got you to the position where you could grow and be profitable, people, I think, lose that sight. With Troyers, we really try to make sure that everything that we do day in, day out is still customer-centered. And that's worked out pretty well for us. We feel if we take care of the customer, then other things will work out.
If you're familiar with Yum Brands, they've qualified as a supplier for them. They've also been certified under the ASI audit procedures. All of those are difficult goals to meet. And as each of them have come up, they've really done a good job in terms of understanding what has to be done and just jumping in and getting it accomplished.
I worked diligently for 14 and a half years to keep Troyers out of my customer's back door. And I did a pretty good job, but to tell you the truth, now that I've moved over to the other side, I can see exactly why people buy from Troyers. They still believe in the customer is king. Customer is first in every conversation that we have, whether it be food service, whether it be retail. We care about the customer.
I don't believe there's too many people that we've done business with over the course of time, from the customer service level, can say that we haven't done a good job. I know that, and I believe it. It's just what we do.
There's been a change in the distribution lines. It's just very crowded. We've also got the internet becoming involved. So the personal service is a value-added service that we like to stress to our customers, where they have a face that they can call up and they know that I will be available to them on a face-to-face basis.
Emphasizing being able to work with a lot of the restaurant customers and getting into those products that we haven't done over the past few years. Looks like a direction, I think, that's exciting and wide open for a distributor such as Troyer.
The customer comes first, and if we don't answer their questions, they're going to find somebody else that will. We have to be innovative. We have to give them ideas, suggestions, different ways to menu items, recipes. We can't just be order takers. We have to be salespeople, and we've got to suggest things to them, and we have to help them solve problems.
You guys carry a good selection, a broad line of selection for retail and food service, and I've always enjoyed doing business with you because you're dedicated for the customer, and you're concerned, and service is outstanding, and it's been a real enjoyable experience for me.
Well, in the last 4 years with all our acquisitions, we purchased a warehouse in Grandview, we've purchased a custom meat cutting operation in Evansville, we purchased Beasley's out of Bloomington, Indiana, which is a state-of-the-art building that houses produce that allows us to become a full-line distributor. It's just an amazing building.
Becky and Paris and Troyer Foods was very strong in the meat program, so it was just a nice fit for we to put the two companies together and expand on their broad meat center of the plate line.
I would say that Troyer's biggest strength that we see is their willingness to work with the vendors. They are a true partner, and that's very unusual in today's day and age.
Part of the biggest benefit on our side is doing business with Becky and Paris, because their values, their beliefs, and how they go to business really mirrors ours, and it's just really been a wonderful relationship, and we look forward to continuing it.